Please adhere to YouTube select guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals. Alright, so today I'm going to be drinking alone at 6 p.m. on Easter Sunday, which as a whole I am very excited to do. Because today I want some alcohol, I want to enjoy a couple different alcoholic beverages, and I want to get a really nice alcohol buzz. And as a whole, I am expecting to get a really nice alcohol buzz today. Not because the alcoholic drinks I'm going to be mixing up today are going to be any stronger than normal, but instead because I'm not running on much sleep right now. Because last night, I didn't get a single wink of sleep. I decided to stay up to try to meet the Easter Bunny, but he never arrived. And for the first time in my entire life, I didn't get any chocolate from the Easter Bunny. I've been an adult for quite a long time now, and maybe something went wrong with the paperwork, but for the last many years of my adult life, I have actually been getting chocolate from the Easter Bunny. But this year was my first year ever not receiving any. Maybe it was my own fault. I did stay up to try to meet the Easter Bunny, and the Easter Bunny is a pretty mysterious individual, so I totally get why he might have not wanted to stop by to gift me some chocolate, because maybe he's just not somebody that wants to be seen kind of thing. I totally understand it. But either way, when I realized that I didn't get any Easter chocolate, my disappointment was immeasurable. And at that point, I was like, man, I need some alcohol. Now, thankfully, my Easter since that point has been just on the up and up, frankly put. Since that point, I made some breakfast. I went out for Easter brunch with my family, had an amazing time, went and did some other stuff kind of thing, and now I'm back home, and, I think it's time for some alcohol. I had time to think about my decision to stay up all night to meet the Easter Bunny. I had family time, and now it's alcohol time. So I do suppose, without further ado, I should probably go ahead and talk about what alcohol I have with me today, what mixers I have with me today, and just everything I'm going to be using for this video today to drink alcohol with. So first off, let's go ahead and cover the alcohol I have with me today. As far as my alcohol goes, I have some Evan Williams Bottled and Bond Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey with me today. This is also known as the Evan Williams White Label, and I'd have to say this is my favorite bourbon. As of this moment in time, it is quite delicious, I will acknowledge. Absolutely no complaints on my behalf. And while I'm not going to be drinking this liquor straight today, I am going to be making myself a little bit of a whiskey highball with some lemon-flavored sparkling water from Wegmans. I have in specific 2 cans of the lemon-flavored sparkling water from Wegmans with me today. And I do think, without further ado, let's go ahead and, before I go ahead and get my pint, not pint, this is a bit more than a pint. Before I go ahead and get my handle of bourbon all opened up, I do first off want to also cover the cup I have with me today. This is the cup I'm going to be drinking out of. It is my Crown Royale cup. Had to cover it, you know what I'm saying? It's a very essential factor of any drinking sesh, frankly put. The cup is a very essential factor. So let's go ahead and now get this all opened up, and let's go ahead and pour some bourbon into my cup, and let's go ahead and get my first drink of the video mixed. And I do think, how much liquor do I want for my first drink? I will go with that amount right there. That is not a shy amount, but that is also not an insanely huge amount either, but I definitely do think it is enough of an amount to get me a little bit of a buzz going, that is for sure. Let's go ahead and real quick crack open my lemon-flavored sparkling water from Wegmans that I have with me today as well. And let's go ahead and pour it into a little bit of a beer pour. Try not to get rid of all that carbonation in the carbonated water. Just do a smooth pour just like that, no complaints. Man, look at that color. That looks delicious. Look at all the carbonation, man. That looks delicious. But I do think, without further ado, it is time for me to go ahead and take a sip of my first drink of the video today. And I do think it is time to officially go ahead and get to drinking alone at 6:07. I was having to stop myself from cracking up with the intro a little bit. I was playing everything up just a little bit with the intro, I will acknowledge. I did actually stay up like all last night, genuinely. I really did. And I genuinely have had a very good Easter so far kind of thing. And I do genuinely want some alcohol today. But I was trying to play everything up a little bit with the intro, and then I looked at my watch, and it literally said 6:07, and I was like, bro, I cannot contain my laughter anymore, so I had to bust out laughing because 6:07, you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir, yes, sir. Well, without further ado, let's go and take my first sip of the video, and let's go and actually officially get to, well, drinking alone at now 6:08 on Easter Sunday. Without further ado, let's get drinking, y'all. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying, that is nice. Whew. That is nice. There was a little bit of a kick in the back of my throat just for a second there, but nothing too much by any means. Gotta admit, very solid as a whole. I think my mixer could have been a little bit colder, but it ain't that big. It ain't too big of a deal by any means. Still smoothing out the whiskey to the fullest extent. Still getting that really nice lemon flavor, a little bit of that carbonated water going on. Feel like I got a burp. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Not even 10 minutes into the video, and I'm already burping. Can y'all believe this? I can believe this, I will acknowledge. But yeah, this Easter, it's been a pretty chill day, not gonna lie. The weather today is gorgeous. It's like a high of 80 degrees out here right now kind of thing. So it's like warm enough where it's like really good like drinking outside weather, but it hasn't been like warm enough for long enough where there's like tons of bugs out here yet. Like there's a couple like bees flying around, a couple gnats and stuff like that, but like no huge amount of bugs flying around quite yet, which is very nice in my personal opinion. It is something that I do much appreciate because, I don't know, just drinking outside with a lot of bugs swarming you, it's really just not it, frankly put. So the fact that there's not a lot of bugs swarming me today on Easter honestly really is just making this experience an even better one than it already was, frankly put. Like, I've already been having a great Easter, but, excuse me, but not getting swarmed by bugs while drinking some alcohol today is making this be an even better Easter. No complaints on my behalf. And I'm only like halfway through my first drink, but I'm already starting to feel a little bit of a buzz. Maybe it's just because I have been low-key forgetting to drink water today because I'm running on like no sleep. So that could actually be what I'm feeling. Maybe I'm not actually feeling an alcohol buzz and I'm just like tricking myself into thinking I'm feeling an alcohol buzz when I'm actually not, and I'm actually just feeling hydrated because I just took a sip of like some liquid for the first time in a minute. It kind of feels like a combination of hydration and of alcohol though. So I think there is a little bit of alcohol going on in there. But I don't think it's all alcohol. I think the hydration is definitely playing a part as well, in all honesty. But yeah, overall, no complaints. There's a little bit of a breeze going as well. Man, oh man, it's a nice day. It's a nice day. I just had a fantastic idea. I just had an amazing idea. Like, I was just thinking, I was like, it's Easter. How do we make, like, Easter egg searches not just a children's activity? It's very simple, very simple. You do an Easter egg hunt where you use the really big Easter eggs and you put airplane bottles in them. And for every Easter egg you find, you have to drink the airplane bottle inside. That would be like the most expensive Easter egg hunt ever. Well, probably not ever, actually. I'm sure there have been much more expensive ones, but it would be definitely more expensive than like the standard Easter egg hunt. I remember when I was a kid and my parents took me to Easter egg hunts and stuff like that. I remember cracking them open. It was like Hershey's Kisses on the inside, or like little Crunch Bars or something like that kind of thing. Very much like single piece, multi-pack candy type of thing kind of thing. But airplane bottles, that's like $1 a pop. That's like $1 a pop. That's like $1 per Easter egg. And then that's not even factoring in the price of the eggs themselves kind of thing. What I'm saying though, and this is not something that you should do. This is just a concept for an imaginary world. You have an Easter egg hunt, and some of the Easter eggs have chocolate, and some of the Easter eggs have alcohol. and then, so you can have chocolate with the alcohol while you're drinking it. It just sounds like a dangerous combination, in all honesty. It's probably just not a good idea, because it's probably just not a good idea, but that would be amusing. Because there's definitely, like, some people would be far more excited about the alcohol. Like, I would personally be far more excited about the alcohol. But I also very much know people who would be far more excited about the chocolate kind of thing. So honestly, like, that would be like, honestly, I feel like that's kind of the perfect option. Like, if you're gonna do an Easter egg hunt for adults, you gotta do like half chocolate Easter eggs and half like airplane bottles kind of thing. Because then you like, there's something for everybody kind of thing. And in that situation, there's something for everybody. I'm just imagining it now. Make a company that sells huge, like 200 egg packs of alcohol, airplane bottle filled Easter eggs, and you just sell them to people for like a 5 times upcharge. So like airplane bottles and multi-packs in my local area, like the ABC store, they're like probably about like $1 a pop kind of thing for airplane bottles, roundabout, roughly speaking. So let's just factor in like $1 for the airplane bottle. If you buy the Easter eggs in bulk, you could probably get them down to like 2-3 cents a pop kind of thing. So that's $1.03. All you got to do is sell each egg for $2.03, and you've already doubled your money. Sell them for $3.03, and you've tripled your money. Or you've tripled, well, you've 2 times your money, not technically tripled, because you've still got the investment money in there. It's not all profit, of course. Basically what I'm saying is I think there's a business there, and I think there's money to be made in the Easter egg alcohol market. In the Easter egg hunt alcohol market, I think there's money to be made. Actually, kind of unironically, I do feel like there's money to be made there, but at the same time, I really kind of don't feel like there's money to be made there. Like, for me personally, I would never buy something like that. Like, I would just get big Easter eggs and just fill them with alcohol myself, kind of thing. Fill them with airplane bottles myself. But I definitely do feel like there are like really big like Easter egg hunts that would just much rather pay people to like just have everything pre-prepared kind of thing. Because there are like giant citywide Easter egg hunts and stuff like that. Now, do I think there should be airplane bottles of Jameson in an Easter egg in a citywide Easter egg hunt? That's probably not the greatest move in the world. Technically, it wouldn't be illegal because it wouldn't be open alcohol, because the alcohol would be covered up by the Easter egg shell. Oh my God, that's actually... Bro, I'm having revelation after revelation. Oh my God. This business venture actually might work. Bro, what? I gotta mix myself up another drink. Holy crap. I'm currently drinking the bourbon of amazing business ideas right now, apparently. I didn't know I was drinking it right now, but apparently I am. I gotta admit, I got no complaints on my behalf. I think we're gonna go with that one, that much for the second drink, because I don't know how much we have left. Oh, we have plenty left. I'm actually gonna pour more bourbon. Oh yeah, there's plenty left, no complaints. I thought the can of the carbonated water was a bit more low than it really was, but it wasn't. There's plenty left, No complaints, but there definitely are some issues at hand for this business venture though. I mean, like, I think on a small scale, this is not gonna work kind of thing. You've gotta scale up very quickly. You've gotta do like, so my phone storage filled up I didn't realize my phone was low on storage, in all honesty, so I didn't think to delete anything from my phone before this video today, but maybe I should have. Either way, no biggie, because I remember what I was talking about, but I think this whole business venture, alcohol inside Easter eggs, and then you sell them directly to the Easter egg hunts, I don't think this idea is going to work on the small scale kind of thing. I just can't see people like me running their self-run Easter egg hunts for friends and family, wanting to buy a bunch of Easter eggs with alcohol in them for an inflated price online kind of thing. I just can't see that happening. However, for big business ventures like a citywide Easter egg hunt or something for like a giant party, there's like a party with 1,000 people kind of thing, I definitely think it might work. You could also offer on-site Easter egg hiders. I'm just saying, you could get professional Easter egg hiders to hide the alcohol Easter eggs. Of course, for an extra charge, because then they've got to be on site. But you get some really large estate, like let's say the Biltmore estate, or you get some college to buy into this or something like that kind of thing, or some city to buy into it, and you go from there kind of thing, and you get the alcohol like Easter egg sales up. You're selling them for like $3 a pop. You're only putting in $1 a piece. You got to ship them, but you charge everybody shipping kind of thing, because no free shipping here. And you charge people extra for the professional Easter egg hiders. I mean, like, this would have to be like, you couldn't just do one event a year though and just make all your money from that. More than likely, I don't think it would be quite that profitable, because if you're doing 1,000 eggs, you're still only making $3,000 or $3,300 if you off of 1,000 eggs. If you were doing 30,000 eggs, you would be making $90,000. So if it was an event that large where you're literally hiding 30,000 eggs, then you'd be set until like the next year kind of thing. But this is a seasonal, this idea is a very seasonal business, without a doubt. It's not something you can rely on year round. But I definitely do think there is some merit to the idea of a business selling randomized airplane bottles of alcohol that are already in Easter eggs. So even the buyer doesn't know what they're getting kind of thing. It's like a mystery loot box. We introduced, honestly, high-key, aren't Easter eggs just like a way to get children introduced to gambling? I mean, like, when you really think about it, what's the difference between a Counter-Strike case and an Easter egg? You crack open both of them. You want to see the gold inside both of them kind of thing, because you want to see the gold foil, because that means you got the Ritzy chocolate. And, yeah, I mean, like, basically Counter-Strike cases are the same as Easter eggs. I feel like there is some merit to that comparison. Like, I really don't feel like opening a loot box, I really don't feel like is that different from opening up like an Easter egg kind of thing. When you're a kid, open up Easter eggs that you find from an Easter egg hunt. You don't know what you're getting inside. It's all going to be a surprise. Are you going to get a Hershey's Kiss or a Crunch bar or a Heath bar? Or are you going to get a Snickers kind of thing? Or like one of the mini-sized ones, of course, kind of thing. Are you going to get a mini size of any of those kind of thing? You don't know what you're going to get, of course. So it's a gamble every time you open the Easter egg. Wait, hold up. Isn't every present you get literally just a gamble then? But at the same time, not really. Like Christmas, I wouldn't consider that gambling, because people are choosing the present for you. Whereas with gambling, it's supposed to be truly random. And while there is some choice put into, okay, maybe the host of the Easter egg hunt, whoever's running it, is only putting like 5 different types of candy in. There might be more of one type than another type, and so you've got scarcity of one type of candy, which increases rarity, which increases the value of that candy in the children's societal ecosystem, which then makes it essentially have real-world value, and basically you've just introduced gambling to children. yeah, not much more to say on this matter, honestly. I should probably get off this topic before the New York State Attorney General decides to sue me. But basically what I'm trying to say is that if the New York Attorney General is wanting to sue Valve because of Counter-Strike cases, the New York Attorney General... All right, so somehow my phone filled up on storage again. Like, I'm buzzed as hell, and I was just, like, talking. And it was, like, a solid 15 seconds until I realized that, like, my phone had filled up on storage. What was I even saying? I had just gotten one of these going, my first one of the video. I'm not even through my second drink yet. My phone filled up on storage twice? Will it happen a third time? We're gambling a little bit today. My phone storage is apparently very full. I don't know why it's so full, but it is very full apparently. But what I was about to say, and I think I got cut off by my phone ending the recording because my phone filled up with storage. But what I was about to say was that if the New York Attorney General is going to be suing Valve for Counter-Strike cases and the like, the New York Attorney General should probably sue the Easter Bunny too. Bro literally leaves loot boxes called Easter eggs all around, and if you crack them open, you get candy, and sometimes there's rarer candy than not. I'm just saying. I am genuinely, though, super buzzed right now. Like, before this video, and like when I was starting this video before I really got to drinking and whatnot, I was feeling pretty out of it because, as said, I didn't get any sleep last night. And that's not a joke, by the way. I genuinely did not get any sleep last night. I am genuinely running on 0 hours of sleep. Definitely, like, the lack of sleep is hitting. It is hitting, and it is making the alcohol hit far harder than it usually does. Because I am like a solid 6, 7 out of 10 right now on the scale. Like 1 being like sober, 10 being like blackout drunk. Like I'm like a solid 6, 7 out of 10 right now. Now I'm like a solid 5, I'd say. But had to make the little bit of a joke, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, my alcohol is solid. And I still got another can to go of mixer. And I want some more alcohol, so I'm gonna have some more alcohol because I might as well have some more alcohol, because why not have some more alcohol when I want more alcohol, right? I do suppose. It does make sense, right? If I want some alcohol, I'd might as well have some. You only live once kind of thing. And due to that thinking, when I want some alcohol, if it's a good time to have some alcohol, do I have some alcohol? I sure do. I sure do. That's what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna sit back for a minute though, because honestly, I am quite buzzed right now, so I'm just gonna like sit back in my chair and just sit back for a second and just kind of chill for a moment, because I am feeling quite buzzed right now. I am feeling quite buzzed right now, I will admit. Not complaining. I'm not too buzzed by any means. It's a very enjoyable buzz, but I just don't feel like I should go for another alcoholic beverage right after the last one I just had. I feel like that would overwhelm me just a little bit. And my goal today, it isn't to get blackout drunk. What I want to enjoy from my alcohol today, and every time I drink alcohol, is just a nice buzz. Just a nice, chill buzz. Just enjoy a little bit of alcohol, enjoy a nice buzz. I don't want to get like drunk. I just want to get a nice buzz going kind of thing. And that's my goal today, and that's exactly what I got, so no need to overwhelm myself and risk getting too buzzed and not having a good time. I'd might as well take a step back, relax, and drink in moderation. As predicted, my phone did just fill up on storage again. I keep deleting stuff and it keeps filling up on storage. I have no idea how. This past time, I actually resorted to deleting some downloaded maps I had on Google Maps. I'll have to re-download them later. But, yes, my phone storage did fill up again. What was I even talking about? I had to, like, lock in for a second and delete, like, some downloaded maps I had. I kind of want some more alcohol. There's about a minute from when my video cut off to when I just restarted it again. And I kind of want some more alcohol, so I might as well have some more alcohol. So let's... I probably shouldn't have done that. I, like, grabbed it from the handle and I went like that. I probably shouldn't have done that. But, you know, we ball. Only the biggest baller moves here. I'm slightly buzzed. Alcohol and no sleep straight up be hitting. For real. Straight up be hitting. The breeze feels really nice right now. The breeze feels so good. I don't know if y'all are like able to hear the wind right now. I hope not, because wind noise is not the greatest on video. But there is a little bit of a breeze right now, and man, oh man, does it feel good. Let's take a sip of my drink. No complaints. No complaints. Third drink of the video is quite good. It's quite good. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Haven't had a whiskey highball in the last couple days, so I'm thoroughly enjoying my whiskey highballs. No sugar, no added sugar, at least. I'm sure the whiskey has sugar in it, but just get the calories from the whiskey, any added calories from the carbonated water, no added calories. It says 0 calories on the back right there. Excuse me. Just carbonated water with lemon flavoring. Yeah, can't complain, can't complain. I am kind of scared my phone's gonna fill up on storage again though. Because like, I don't know what I'm gonna delete next time if my phone fills up on storage again. Like if it fills up on storage again, the next thing is gonna be like apps. I could delete a couple apps. There's a bunch of apps I don't use. So maybe if my phone fills up on storage again, I will actually delete a bunch of apps. Because, yeah, I have a bunch of apps on my phone that I just, like, never use and don't need. But at the same time, I do hope that my phone does not fill up on storage again. Because, I just prefer if that didn't happen. Because that would be 4 times in one video, and that would be highly embarrassing. I didn't even realize my phone was like that low on storage. I just didn't think about it. I was like, my phone's just like probably fine on storage, right? Turns out no, that was not the case. One of my bad habits, I will acknowledge, one of my bad habits is that I'm low on storage on like all of my devices all the time. So I like shuffle around files all the time and delete stuff and then reinstall it all the time because I'm just low on storage all the time. That is something that I need to get better at. If your phone constantly has almost full storage, I say that's a big baller move because it shows that you're unwilling to delete anything because you're afraid of what you're deleting becoming lost media by accident. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But at the same time, there is also the argument that what I was saying in the portion of the videos that got cut off by the fact that my phone filled up on space is lost media now. Because it literally is. Because it got cut off and it was not recorded. I don't have a second video camera recording me right now. So what I was saying in the couple seconds before I realized that the video had cut off, that is actually lost media now. So I guess the question is, Is it better to risk accidentally deleting something and it becoming lost media? Or is it better to just say we ball and have your phone fill up on storage? I don't know. I don't know. I think Nietzsche would be a better person to ask that. I'm not a philosopher by any means, nor have I ever read anything by Nietzsche. Or Kant, or what are some other philosophers? Diogenes. Diogenes would probably be pro lost media, though, honestly. I actually, I don't know, maybe. Maybe he would be. I'm not really one to speak philosophy too much these days, I'll acknowledge. I enjoy messing around a little bit with, like, funny philosophical concepts in videos. But, like, talking, like, real philosophy, like true philosophy, it's just not something I really talk about all that much on video these days. But, like, high-key, I feel like Diogenes would be pro-lost media. Because bro lived in a tub. Bro lived in a bathtub or something. He lived in, like, a vase, or I don't know what he lived in. Bro was homeless. Bro was homeless and didn't want to admit it. Actually, I really do think that has some pretty good merit to it. I do think that actually, I do think that argument against Diogenes actually has some very good merit to it. Bro just couldn't make money from giving philosophy speeches, so he was just like, all right, you know what? My philosophy is gonna be homeless. And he became a piece of history for it. Shout out Diogenes. Bro would be anti-lost media. Or no, that's the wrong way of putting it. Bro would be pro-lost media, actually. Because Diogenes is all about, like, having no earthly belongings or whatever, right? So, if you count metadata and digital data as being an earthly belonging, which honestly I do count it as being that. Like, the data, the electronic data you own is a belonging of you. But I think Diogenes would honestly be like pro-lost media. Excuse me. Like, he would be for, like, I don't know if he would be for, like, destroying media, but, like, I think he would be somebody that's like, if it's lost, and we don't need to look for it. I think that would be what Diogenes would probably go for, like, low-key. And I think Diogenes would be anti-Google Drive. I'm gonna just say, I think Diogenes would be anti-Google Drive. Just a theory of mine, though. Just a game theory, you know what I'm saying? Just a little bit of a theory going on, but just a little bit of a guess of mine. But that's enough philosophical talk. What other topics do I have in my head for today? My alcohol is good. I'm really enjoying my alcohol. My whiskey highballs are really good. They're pretty solid. I'm thoroughly enjoying them to the fullest extent. I got no complaints on my behalf. None at all. None at all. Honestly, I'm like, my brain, I feel like I'm in the meditative state right now. Because now that I'm off the topic of philosophy, I have like nothing going through my brain at all. I really do feel like I'm in a meditative state right now because there's just nothing going through my brain. Nothing. There's just nothing up there right now. I say that as a semi-joke, but like actually I'm having nothing come to my mind right now. So I'm just talking about how there is nothing coming to my mind right now because that's kind of what's coming to mind, I do suppose. So I do suppose there is stuff coming to mind. Well, hey, wait a minute, hold up. If the fact that nothing is coming to your mind comes to your mind, is there truly nothing coming to your mind? Jacob Philosophy Jones? Let's get another... Oh, wait, I was about to say, let's get another drink going, and I haven't even finished off my last drink. Can't believe me. So my phone storage filled up again? My phone storage filled up again. That's 4 or 5 times during this video? Yo, can we get it to 6 or 7 times? I have had my phone storage fill up like once during videos, multiple times. I'm not gonna say many times, but multiple times I've had that happen. But like 4 times in a video, I don't know about that. I don't think that's ever happened in a single video of mine. An alternate title for this video could be Drinking Alone at 6 p.m. on Easter Sunday, but the video keeps stopping because my phone keeps filling up on storage. That's not the title I'm gonna use for this video, but that is an accurate title. Do no burn laws apply to cigarettes? I wonder. I wouldn't think they would, but at the same time, if they did, I like wouldn't be surprised, but like, I don't know. I'm just looking at my backpack and I'm like, bro, that's a good backpack. I am honestly a massive fan of my backpack. I need to do a like full video on like every like bag I own, because I will acknowledge I am somewhat of a bag enthusiast. I like my sling bags. I like my backpacks. I've owned a bunch over the years, and I've been like striving to find the perfect backpack, and the perfect backpack for me right now has been what I have with me today, which is a Sea Tactical CT21. This is in the Slick 420D, but this is a great backpack kind of thing. This is a great backpack. I don't think it would work for everybody, like, but this works for what I want kind of thing. Like, what I want from a backpack is like minimal storage pockets. Like, I want a clamshell opening with a big, wide opening where I could just throw a bunch of stuff, and then I just want a front pocket where I could throw smaller stuff, and a couple pockets on the inside where I could throw smaller stuff. And that's what this has. That's what this has. Not sponsored, but Sea Tactical, if y'all want to hit me up, hit me up. I do quite like Sea Tactical backpacks, based off the one experience I have with them so far. Fire. I love it. It is my favorite EDC backpack right now, and one of my goals with like international travel, because I really enjoy traveling, not only in the US of A, but also internationally, and just exploring new areas kind of thing. It's a lot of fun to just go see what's going on in different countries and different areas and stuff like that kind of thing. But one of my goals with international travel is to travel in as small of a package as I possibly can. The last time I traveled internationally, which was going to Japan, the only thing I brought with me was a 28-liter backpack. I did then bring home like a roll-on suitcase as well, because I bought too many souvenirs. But the only thing I brought with me to Japan was a 28-liter backpack, which worked out amazingly. But I kind of want to try slimming down even more. I want to try going for like, I think the CT21 technically is 24-liter. So if I can fit everything in my CT21 for international travel, I'll be extremely happy with that. And that's kind of my goal for like the next time I internationally travel, is to fit everything I need, no matter how long I'm traveling for, whether it be for a couple days to a week to a couple months. No matter how long I'm traveling for, I want to fit everything I need in the Sea Tactical, which is like, as said, 24 liters. Or 1 million cubic feet. I find it very interesting how backpacks are measured, generally speaking, in liters. Like, that's a metric system measurement, right? Like, liter is a metric system measurement. And so is milliliter. Like, alcohol is measured in milliliters a lot of times, not fluid ounces. Whereas, like, soda or water or, like, general liquid. Like, here in the United States, we have gallons, and we have fluid ounces and stuff like that kind of thing. And we have, like, 1.5 gallons and stuff like that kind of thing. You buy a gallon of milk. You don't buy a liter of milk, you buy a gallon of milk. But it's interesting seeing like the metric conversion for specific things in the United States. And alcohol is one of the most interesting ones, in my opinion. And I think that is really mainly all due to the fact that alcohol is such an international good. Like the bourbon I'm drinking today, this is 1.75 liters, but that's a metric measurement. Like fluid ounces, like what even is the fluid ounces of this bottle? Like I don't even know. Does it even say on this bottle what the fluid ounces is? I actually don't think it does. Like, I know this is 1.75. Oh, no, it does. Yeah, 1.75 liters. But it doesn't say, like, fluid ounces. Like, this is metric only. But this is an all-American bottled and bond bourbon. Just the fact that metric and imperial systems mix is so interesting. And I, high-key, need to make a video on my opinion on Celsius and Fahrenheit in the future. To give a quick summary, I think Fahrenheit is better for displaying outside temperature because it gives you a more detailed input as to what the temperature actually is. But for cooking, you should use Celsius. That's just like my quick summary of my thoughts on Fahrenheit and Celsius. Like, I think 2 systems is okay. Just for me as an American, Fahrenheit is what I'm used to. So it's like what I want to use for outside temperature. But for cooking, Celsius just makes so much more sense. Because you don't have to think like 300 and something degrees is boiling temperature. You just go 100 degrees. And it's just easy as pie. I don't know. Controversial take. I'll acknowledge, but I think it's warranted. I do think it's very warranted. I may very well bleep out like this entire portion of the video. If I feel like it's too controversial while I'm editing this video, I will bleep it out. But we ball. I gotta take a piss though. Good thing is I'm at home and I got a restroom right inside. So I'm gonna go take a piss. I still have like a full drink I need to drink. So I'm gonna go take a piss and I'll be back. What's up? We are back. Y'all ever think about the difference between store toilets and home toilets? Like home toilets have an inbuilt reservoir in the toilet itself, which makes absolute sense kind of thing. For a home, yeah, having an inbuilt reservoir makes sense kind of thing. But also just like the power of the flush is so much weaker. Like if you had like a store level toilet in your home, like just imagine, you'd never have a toilet get stocked up at all because the power of the flush would just make it where the toilet just never stocks up ever. If I was to like design my own home and like build my own home from like the ground up and I had like my choice of like every material I wanted to use, one, I would add a heated floor. That would be number 1. I'd want a heated floor. Number 2, I would want like store commercial spec toilets in my house. Cause like the ones with the inbuilt reservoir are just too weak. Because it's all gravity fed kind of thing. And it makes sense from an efficiency standpoint. Like maybe it's better from an electricity standpoint because what the water does is it fills up the reservoir and then the next time it's ready to flush, you flush it and then it's gravity fed and it works with the piping and everything like that. But also commercial grade toilets. And also like just in general, like if I was to design my own house, I would want commercial grade so much. I would want a commercial grade stove, flat top, and oven. Not a joke, by the way. I actually do want a commercial grade flat top. Like that is something I genuinely want. Because flat tops are just like, bro, that's dope. Like I never have to use a pan ever again unless I'm making like pasta. Why would I not want a flat top? Why would I not want a flat top? Why are flat tops like not more common in residential homes? They totally should be. And I realize you could get like a flat top grill and stuff like that, but no, I want inbuilt commercial level flat top. Like I want a restaurant level flat top in my house. If I was to design my own house, I would want a commercial grade flat top. What else would I want if I was to like design my own house? Steel counter or like stainless steel countertops that I could just like straight up just like alcohol wipe all over it, just pour Everclear all over it, light it on fire and it's all good. Just disinfects the whole thing. But yeah, commercial everything in the kitchen. Heated floors. Heated floors. No carpeting. I hate carpeting. Genuinely, I strongly dislike carpeting. I don't like it. Like, it can look cool. Like, 70s shag carpeting. I kind of get the vibe. It's an aesthetic. But also, it is so hard to clean. And like, if I was to design my own living space from scratch, I would design it to be so easy to clean because I just want everything I own to be easy to clean. Like, I just want to wipe it down with a Kleenex and I want it to be clean kind of thing. So like a heated floor that I could just like Swiffer, that I could just Swiffer clean. That's what I want. We ball, you know what I'm saying? We ball. But if I won the lottery, there would be signs. Let me just put it that way. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. No complaints on my behalf. None at all. None at all. My drink is very solid. I'm only like halfway through my drink. Concrete's fire, though. I like concrete. Like, brutalism is cool. I like brutalism quite a bit. Like, I know there's a lot of brutalism haters out there, but like, if I was going to like realistically design my own home and I could have it look like whatever I want it to look like, I would go with brutalism. It would be like straight concrete, which like in my local area, I don't know if that would really be a good idea because in my area, we do have a lot of freeze cycles. And so if like water seeps into the concrete and then it cracks and then it doesn't go very well. There's a reason why there's not a lot of flat-roofed homes in my local area, and there's a reason why there's not a lot of concrete homes in my local area as well, because it just doesn't work really well kind of thing, because it's kind of wet sometimes, and then it freezes, and then it unfreezes, and then it freezes, and then it unfreezes. But money, no object, maintenance, no object, I'd go with a brutalist house, because I love just like straight concrete. Concrete is pretty fire. And just like brutalism is cool as hell. There's a lot of brutalism haters out there, but like brutalism as far as like an aesthetic style goes, I'm a fan. I'm an enthusiast. I like it quite a bit. I will acknowledge. I got no complaints on my behalf, frankly put. Yeah. There are definitely some ugly ass brutalist buildings out there. I have seen ugly ass brutalist buildings. But there are also so many amazing looking ones as well. Like the Aruma City Hall in Okinawa, that was a really nice brutalist, like Roman style building. Such a nice looking building in my opinion, kind of thing. And like brutalist, like hanging garden type beat, bro, that's fire as well. Like brutalism with greenery is really cool. I don't know. I like brutalism. I've just kind of always been like, man, I really like the like aesthetic of concrete because it just feels so safe and so secure. And it just, I don't know, it scratches like an itch in my brain that just makes me feel good. Like, that's as simple as that. But like, brutalism with like straight concrete and like really thick concrete scratches that itch in my brain. And so like, if I was to design a house, that's what I would want. Fire. No complaints on my behalf. I think that's just about all I had to say. Finished off my drink, finished off all the mixers I had, finished off the last of, well, not the last of these, but like the last one I had of these. And overall, yeah, just in general, I had a fantastic time today. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Would I personally drink alone at 6 p.m. on an Easter Sunday again? Yes. Yes, I would. No complaints on my behalf. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video today. If you guys have enjoyed watching, of course, like, subscribe. Check out everything in the description down below. Till the next one, y'all. I think that's just about all I had to say. So the next one, y'all, stay safe and peace. And have a great one.